live here from Worldwide Technology Raceway in Gateway. This is the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series for yet another race in this awesome season that we have had so far. I am Joshua Copernell. I'm joined by a couple of really awesome people. I've got Adam Kuhn and Michael Kruger in the booth with me tonight. Adam, Mikey, how you guys doing?
Evening, guys. I'm doing well. It should be a fun race here. A track that doesn't usually get a lot of love here between our leagues on iRacing, so it's going to be fun for the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series with an early season race here in St. Louis.
Yeah, absolutely. This should be a really intriguing one, going to a track that's really unique and pretty much hasn't really seen much of the light of day here on JCTV. Should be a fun night of action here at Gateway.
Yeah, I mean, this track has started to really be in the world of NASCAR a lot lately, but not one that we've seen too much. I've kind of come to really like this track a lot. As, we see Declan George absolutely eat the inside wall there, but you know, of course, very, very short practice session, and I got us going live a little bit later than I expected to. So a minute and a half left to practice. Gotta ask you guys, who's your pick to win tonight? Starting with Adam.
Well, I'm not sure, Josh. There's a lot of good choices here tonight, of course, but you know what? Let's go with it. He finished upside down last night, very late in Chicagoland. He's going to rebound tonight. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, he's going to be my pick until he finally comes through with a win on JCTV. I really like watching him race. Fortunately, it didn't go his way last night, but I think he's going to be close really soon. And could be a very unique track tonight, Josh, with that.
Mikey, who do you have?
Well, I'm not too familiar with many of the faces in this league, but I'm just gonna kind of put on a blindfold and throw a dart at the dartboard and just hit Wyatt Roberts as my pick tonight. Josh?
Yep, sorry. Severely multitasking. You know, I'm going to go with Matthew Miles. Currently sitting 8th in practice there. Larry Miles, apparently. So we head to qualifying. And Jordan Kuntz is the first one out on track. 2 laps to get a qualifying lap here. And actually, Brett Bennett passed him.
Formerly known all around JCTV. Oh, and he is dead before he can even get to the line. Oh, he's going to have to reset.
So we go ahead and look at Cody Rivera's. Cody was sitting up top of practice charts for quite a while early on. Cody Rivera is a 33.561. He did not hit the bottom there in 3 and 4.
Yeah, he went really wide there. That he did not need to miss it there in that corner. I mean, he might be a pickup here as
33.626 did not improve. Currently P3 on qualifying time. Go ahead and look back at Brett Bennett, who's 34.150, currently P9.
Brett and his cursed Dodge Mustang, whatever you want to call it. Gonna try not to spin here off of 4, and it doesn't look like he's going to.
Telemetry says it was an 11 second lap, but that is far from the truth. A 33.720, good enough for P10 so far on the board.
We just had a lot of movement at the top of the leaderboard, and another big jump. Eric Heater up to P2 provisionally right now. Ollie Reeves, last week's winner, jumped up to 3rd a moment ago, but he's been bumped down a spot now.
Michael Walls is completing his 2nd lap right now, and that will slot him. It was slower. Dang. Okay.
Currently P20 for Michael Walls. Shaq Tarpley finishing lap 2 all the way against the wall in 3 and 4. Andretti Robinson on track. Andretti's gonna spin it off of 4. Trying to lock it up before getting to the start-finish line. He does.
We got Brandon Houff out here. Sorry if I might have slightly mispronounced his last name, but he is making his laps here.
One lap to go for Brandon. Just coming around turn 4. And just going to slow it down. Kind of messing with us here. So Andretti Robinson, 1 lap. And 20 seconds. Well,
I don't
Robinson. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he has enough time. I think, yeah, he's got 8 seconds and he's just barely past halfway entering 3. I think he's out of time.
Time's gonna run out. And that does it. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our starting grid. And starting on the pole is Jordan Kuntz. Eric Heater will start his outside in P2. 3rd will be Sean Cassane. Brian Lorenzo, 4th. 5th, Ollie Reeves. Brad Sawinski, P6. 7th will be Larry Miles and Luke Mahone, P8. Cody Rivera's will start 9th. And Jonathan Jurgensmeyer will start 10th.
JCTV's own Shaver Burns is going to start 11th tonight with Cody Webster in 12th, and Ethan Harrison starts behind them with Blake Walker alongside him. Brett Bennett in the 15th position with Riot Roberts alongside him on the grid, and Amir Bascombe qualified 17th with Jay Mortar in 18th and Shockey Tarpley 19th, with Declan George rounding out the top 20 and the top 10 rows on the grid.
Starting 21st, we have Michael Walls, along with Brandon Houff, starting 22nd. 23rd, we got Ben McDonnell, with Andretti Robinson starting 24th. And then we have Brandon Fielder starting 25th here, with Wes Gallo starting 26th right next to him. And then rounding out at shotgun of the field, Brady Floyd, 27th. Oh, and he just bumped Brandon Fielder in the back of the field. Oh.
All right. Let's get ready. 120 laps around this 450 miles, I should say. Around this 1.25 mile oval in Madison, Illinois. For the wheel 150. Jordan Goots, of course, is the pole winner. And we do have some in-race reporters tonight. So the field is getting ready to take the one to green. And we're going to get these guys ready.
So looking roughly at the fuel window here coming into tonight, it looks like these cars have a roughly 67 lap fuel window here for tonight. So hypothetically, if this thing goes green, you can one stop this, but I don't believe it would be ideal. But just something to keep in mind at the 67 lap fuel window.
Going to be interesting with what you mentioned, Mikey, and that stage, lap 40, no caution, but we got a long way until we get there.
So the pace car is going to come in. And getting ready. Barney the Flagman holds flag. Green flag is waving. We are underway here at Gateway.
See guys fading out in the back.
Oh, we got a spin for the lead!
For the leaders! And oh man, many guys are in it. Sean Cassett. Oh, they're still piling in. Jeez, this is gonna wipe out a good chunk of the field already. Unbelievable.
Trevor Burns heavy damage. Brett Bennett. Oh, and Brett gets spinned again.
Ollie Reeves has killer damage. Cody Rivera's, Michael Walls.
Man, Mikey, we heard Cody Rivera's chat pre-race just moments ago about what he told the drivers, trying to keep calm, and wow, just what a disastrous start. Not hardly even into turn one, right at the front of the field like you guys mentioned.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of the average moment on iRacing. Take it easy, lap one, turn one, and then, well, this kind of stuff happens. I mean, just a really just bizarre and obviously absurd start here tonight at Gateway. I mean, unbelievable. This has taken out many potential contenders, and a lot of guys' nights are already up in shambles, not even after lap one.
Watching the replay. Back here, everybody getting piled in, just all stacked up. See a lot of nose damage on Tarpley.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it looked like, from the incident, it looked like Sean Cassane tried to look a little low to the inside of Jordan Kuntz, and I guess Cassane may have just washed a little off of the bottom and got a little loose and right into Kuntz, and it just kind of set off the chain reaction from the back. I mean, many guys are kind of killed.
Turn one is so tricky here, Mikey, and he had an opening there right on the start, but at the same time you mentioned Jordan Kuntz was kind of going down the track to run his corner. Probably wasn't expecting the third place car to be making a dive on him lap 1.
Yeah, I mean, from that restart, the bottom really did get going there, and Eric Keeter kind of did not get that great of a start, and that kind of enabled for Kuntz to kind of go a little wide and kind of open the door a little bit for Cassane to kind of dive low a little bit, and kind of led to the incident there. As currently our leader from this, Eric Heater, looks like from close inspection, he looks like he has some pretty decent nose damage and right front damage, but he's still soldiering out ahead despite that. Looks like Brian Lorenzo, who was really close to getting involved in that incident, is the first clean guy up front here, along with Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, who I believe early in this race started kind of 10th, I believe, or so, as I believe they're choosing. Yes, they are. And you can just see that the sheer amount of people that are just getting out of the pits with it being 1 degree in right now. As we're going to have a lot of guys be in the back here. They're going to be single file here, or all the way in the back of the tail end of the longest line.
Looks like Ollie Reeves got a lot of damage fixed on his number 31, last week's winner. We saw front end was torn off after that initial contact there in turn 1, but you mentioned, Mikey, he's going to start towards the rear of the field here after fixing that damage. Just lights are out on the pace car.
So we're getting ready to restart and see if we can start this race. Get a officially get a lap at our green here. Everybody is off pit road except Sean Cassane. And green flag is waiting, and it is waving. We're back underway.
The top got an impressive start, as the bottom just did not go, and I don't think it's a surprise with how many were on restarting there on the inside.
Pretty much the opposite of what we saw last time because of that, Mikey, and Eric Huda trying to drive away with the damage you mentioned. Ooh.
Jurgensmeyer and Brady Floyd had a little bit of a contact in the middle 3 and 4 there, as we make it our first clean lap of the entire race so far.
How is Brady Floyd racing in the top 5? He joined the session. Oh, he's in the wall, no! He joined the session very, very late, got no practice laps, didn't post a quality lap, started rear on the field, was challenging for a top 5 spot, but in the wall.
Speaking of in the wall.
Whoa, is we in trouble? Big hit. I think that was Larry Miles.
Yeah, oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was a good call to toe right when he did.
And it was the 30 of Larry Miles. We have some chippiness going on here from voice chat under caution.
It started right off the get-go, Mikey. Since that lap 1 incident, a lot of people unhappy.
It looks like you just got loose. I don't know if there was netcode contact or not there.
The rear stepped out. Mikey, with a lot more experience in the next gen, how difficult is it just to like know where the rear of the car is going? This seems like a crash we saw a lot at the beginning of the next gen's introduction in real life, just guys getting loose and then huge overcorrections.
It's just kind of that feeling you really have. I mean, you don't feel it until it's happening, and it's really difficult to save it. And it's super easy to basically spin yourself out. It's so easy to do that, and it's really, really hard to save it. When it snaps sideways, it's hard to save it because you kind of have to just completely get out of the gas and just kind of roll it and hope it doesn't keep on rotating and spinning out. And I mean, we saw there Larry Miles just overcorrected, which is so easy to do. And yeah, I mean, it stinks really for that to happen, and that's just kind of the byproduct of the next gen.
Josh, I'm not sure if you caught it, but quite a few people were hot on the scene there to that 30 car, and when Larry towed, it was a good thing because he almost got broadsided 2 or 3 more times.
Oh yeah, it was good timing there for him to tow it back to pit road. I mean, it's unfortunate. You never want to have to tow. You know, I know myself, I'd rather drive it back to pit road, but in that case, I mean, you're better off getting that thing to pit road by hitting the button to tow it than stay out on track and just continuing to get hit. Wreck a lot of race cars.
The big winner from that yellow has got to be all those guys that had that severe damage from that lap 1 wreck. As I believe, I don't know if you're catching this, Josh, but Ollie Reeves has a nose. He has a nose now. And he didn't have that for a little bit after lap 1. And Ollie Reeves now has a new race car pretty much. So that's something to keep track of going forward. I'm pretty sure a bunch of these other guys back here are getting a lot of their damages fixed, and they're getting and as they really needed that yellow to spend some time, especially this early in the race, to fix their cars.
Tell you what, that race car does look like it was just rolled off the truck. I need that crew. Shock Tarpley's still missing his nose. These guys up front are choosing. Eric Keeter takes the bottom this time.
A lot of guys really are trying to hold on to that top lane. You see guys like Amir Basco move up a couple spots and getting just 1 row behind and really starting to put themselves a little bit up there, taking risks running or choosing the inside line, trying to gain some spots even though it might hurt them on this restart and they may get freight train. This might help them choosing.
Alright, getting ready to restart once again. Eric Keeter is race leader. And green flag back out.
Great launch again for Eric Keeter on that restart. Inside lane, it's going to put up a challenge here through 1 and 2, but a little bit of an issue on the inside lane again, Michael. Looked like it was the 42, Wyatt Roberts not getting a great launch on the bottom a couple of rows back. Certainly
Indeed. I'd say the biggest winner from that restart was Amir Basco. he jumped out of a cannon on that restart once Eric Keeter got going, and now he's up to second. I mentioned earlier in the choose that he gained a couple spots, and now here he is in second place after that restart.
Got a battle back here side by side for 5th place. Luke Mahone and Andretti Robinson.
Yeah, started off in turn 1, Josh. Andretti looked like he had a run going on Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. They continued to batter down the back straightaway. I'm not sure what happened to break the 45's momentum, but you mentioned Luke Mahone was there. But Andretti's going to get in line here behind the behind the 70. And now here comes Luke again to challenge that 45 as Amir Bascombe in front of them goes way wide in turns 1 and 2.
And Mahone had a peek to the inside of Robinson. Wasn't able to do anything with it. Ollie Reeves back here. Oh, we got a spin. Couldn't tell who that was. It is the 16, Ben McDonald. We're going to stay green. He was out of the way. And caution.
Oh no, and it's Amir Bascombe.
Yeah, and Michael Wall is going through the grass on the back straightaway. Oh, Amir went really wide again. No, not quite. It looks like he lost traction to the center.
Oh.
Big time loose, and then he found Brian Lorenzo right in his back bumper.
Yeah, it looked like it just snapped on Amir, and he just was catching it the entire corner, and there was really not much he could do.
Something I didn't really pick up there too. We heard great audio from Brian Lorenzo. He got rammed into by Amir Bascombe checking up for Amir Bascombe. Andretti Robinson, I should say, just rammed into the back of the one car.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I don't see any damage to either one of them, back of Lorenzo or the front of Robinson. And for that matter, the front of Lorenzo looks pretty good too, so I don't think Lorenzo has anything to worry about here. Next week, it's a special one. It's the these guys are heading to Dakota, Circuit of the Americas, and Dawson Allen is going to be in the booth. He's going to take good care of you guys. But race title for that one. I talked to Cody Rivers, said I want to sponsor the race. He said it's all mine. So next week, 1 week from tonight, Dakota, it's going to be the Happy Birthday Josh Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas.
It's going to be a fun race, I think, Josh. It's always interesting when the SAAC guys go onto the road courses. I think Dakota is going to be a perfect track for these drivers just trying to see what they could do on that circuit. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a lot of fun with Dawson in the booth, like you mentioned, Josh. Hopefully he brings a special video out of retirement after last year's broadcast.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, last year I was so surprised to see this certain video. You guys, I mean, hopefully he plays it next week, but check out Sly Jawb Racing League Happy Birthday Josh 200 at, was it Kansas, I believe? I think it was Kansas.
I think so.
And right in the beginning of the broadcast, Dawson played a very interesting video for me, but it was really funny and love seeing that. Speaking of birthdays, happy birthday, Alonso Chicano. Yesterday turned 26. Alonso doesn't race in this league, but he is a driver that has been on JCTV since the beginning. Used to be the most winningest driver on JCTV until Jonathan Parker came around. But Alonso Chicano still knows how to win. So he just won a couple Saturdays ago at Chicagoland in the Blazer Sim Racing AmsOil Truck Series. So Eric Keeter takes the bottom.
Ryan Alonso picks the outside. As Jonathan Juergensmeyer, is running P2, has followed Eric Heater and picked the inside here, so it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out here on this restart.
Coming to restart with 101 laps to go in the wheel 150. And green flag back out. We're underway once again. Juergensmeyer, he had a great restart. Just hanging on to the inside of Lorenzo now.
We got some 3 wide for 4th in the back here, as between Rivera's Mahone, as Mahone hits the fence, and
trouble for the
Andretti.
back. Off of turn 4. It looks like they were still going to keep going. Couldn't tell who it was, but they got the outside wall and shined to the inside wall. Looks like it might have been Trevor Burns.
I do believe it was.
More shenanigans on the back straightaway. Some of it was caught in the grass there, but they are still racing fierce towards the front of the field. Battle's on for 4th. Cody Rivera's on the inside. Jody Robinson on the outside. Moment for Brian Lorenzo off of turn 4 though in P2.
Oh, Rivera's. He was sliding on entry into 1. I think he just carried too much speed into it and had to get on the brakes a little bit harder. Juergensmeyer currently trying to fend off Robinson, but also get past Lorenzo, and Robinson actually going to get to the inside of Juergensmeyer before tucking back in line behind him.
Ollie Reeves is looking inside of Brady Floyd here, going into turn 1 here for P10. Remember, this guy, lap 1, he didn't have a nose. And here he is trying to crack his way to the top 10 for the first time after that incident, as he's going to be even with Floyd down the back. And is going to edge out and take P10 right away from Brady Floyd.
Ollie Reeves finally breaking through and getting that long-awaited win last season, and somebody just went around in the background. Declan George saves it. You keep going straight, but definitely got loose there on exit of 4.
Yeah, it looks like he did almost a replay of what happened to Trevor Burns on that restart, Michael, and did a great job of keeping it from that inside wall, though.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, it looks like that the exits of the corners here at Gateway are really sketchy and really dodgy for these guys, as it seems like as the runs are going to go on as
contact me, yeah.
and Jurgensmeyer get together, and Jurgensmeyer's going to wiggle it off the corner and save it, but he's going to lose a lot of steam as now he's going to feel pressure from Luke Mahone to his inside.
That was muscling by a guy. Wow, and Andretti had a huge run off of 4 and decided to take it, but he needed a little bit more room apparently in turn 1.
And not too far behind these guys. It's Michael Walls and Brad Sawinski battling pretty hard for 7th place. Sawinski to the inside of Walls once again.
Ollie Reeves once again is going to try to pick off another position here to kind of keep his slow march as
Sawinski with a huge save there.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a lot of time here, as that's gonna be there's gonna be 2 spots going out the window for him here.
Declan George struggling on the exit of turn 2. I saw him just wiggling that car back and forth all over the place. Now we have a caution.
Oh, we have a huge crash! Oh my goodness!
Wyatt Roberts nowhere to go.
In it. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer.
The track just blocked up there, Michael.
Yeah. It all was a chain reaction to when Luke Mahone spun. It looked like off the corner.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Racing with Jurgensmeyer, who went way up the track trying to exit turn 4. We saw his contact a few laps ago with Robinson. Catches the wall possibly there, guys, and just shoots them both, pinballing down the straightaway. And guys trying to react, and nowhere for some of them to go. Some of them completely blindsided.
Yeah, that just looked like 2 guys kind of taking different arcs on exit and just kind of colliding into one another, and it really just set off this entire wreck. And it was those 2 just spun and it just blocked the track off, and you see guys back there like Sawinski trying to check up for it, Brady Floyd and others, they can't see the wreck, and Wyatt Roberts, and they just drive right in, and it's just caused this chain reaction. It took out a lot of guys from that wreck.
Yeah, and I think when Sawinski checked up for the crash, he got hit from behind, and then the guys behind him start going low because they can't see the cars down low because all they see is Sawinski's going sideways.
I gotta say though, Sawinski, he may have got a little bit of damage from Blake Walker a little bit after, but he had a heck of a thread the needle moment right there. He should have easily have died in that wreck, but that shove inadvertently might have somehow have saved him from having even worse damage than what he ended up with. I don't know how he did not hit a thing, but he got lucky. It wasn't worse.
So we've already had like 2 big ones tonight.
Yeah, and we're not even halfway through this race here. We're just barely about to hit 90 to go, or are we at? I don't know.
90 to go right now.
Yeah, we haven't even hit the stage yet.
I mean, this is utterly insane. I mean, we have so many guys with so much damage and so many early contenders knocked out. I mean, this race has really shaken up things with how many yellows we've had and big wrecks we've had, just about 30 laps or so.
And speaking of damage, we talked a little bit about Eric Keeter and the nose damage that he has on his car. I don't think he's worried about it. I mean, he's stayed out. He still has yet to come down pit road anyway in this entire race. And, you know, this track, it is just over a mile long, so it's technically not a short track, but it definitely drives like one. And so, you know, if this was a track like Las Vegas, he would not be leading right now. That damage would be enough to really be hurting the aero just a little bit, but, you know, here you're not worried about the aerodynamics as much, and see, he's not worried about it. He probably doesn't even realize what it looks like exactly, unless if he is watching the broadcast and taking a look at it. But Eric Heater, he's doing great, holding these guys off, still leading this race.
Yeah, to catch up on what you mentioned earlier, Josh, it's kind of incredible for how Eric Heater's been able to maintain the lead. I mean, with his slight nose damage, it looks like it's kind of a hindrance for him, but somehow he's still holding in. He's led pretty much every lap ever since he's resumed the lead.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. Trey Robinson going to line up to the inside. So Heater, I've noticed, he's taken the bottom a couple times. He took the top once, taking the top again here. So Eric Heater with the top, Robinson taking bottom. Cody Rivera is actually following Heater, going up to the top with Michael Walls lining up on the bottom. So, once again, stage is going to be at the end of lap 40. No caution is going to come out as a result of the stage. We still are going to award some stage points. Let's see, can they get to the stage?
I don't think they'll make it. Eric Heater got a great restart there as Walls and Reeves get together a little bit off of two. And there's a car on the wall, Sawinski.
Oh, Sharky Tarpley around.
Chalky, of course, involved on that lap 1 incident. He's just been trying to put the pieces together all night with what he has left of a race car. He's got it mostly fixed from the physical looks of it until this latest incident on the back straightaway. Contact with the 88, Blake Walker, I believe, checking up for Sawinski. Wow, Sawinski doing the same thing we've seen pretty much all night, guys, where he just has a huge moment, has to overcorrect it, bounces the wall. Thankfully for him, he got that caution right away, so if he does have major suspension damage, he can get that repaired right now, but I think he might be fine.
I'll tell you what, Adam, once again, I've said several times, it's a huge break for those guys that have a lot of damage to their race cars, as these cautions are really helping them go down pit road and get a lot of their damage fixed, really. Hey, Wes Gallo, what's up? It's the boys in the booth. You got us?
goes it, beautiful boys?
Oh, we're doing great here. It's been a very intriguing race so far. How's it going in your headspace right now with everything happening all around you?
I'm unbelievably bored and not really taking it very seriously. I'm kind of just driving around hitting people under yellow. I'm 11th. I don't know. I'm kind of just checked out, having fun right now.
Yeah, we've been watching. It looks like you've been down pit road a good bit. It looks like your car is looking pretty good so far here, with all things considered.
Yeah, I didn't qualify or anything. I don't really have a strategy. I know it's going to be a lot of wrecks throughout this, so I'm kind of just kind of letting them all tucker themselves out, and I'm going to slow and steady my way to a pretty comfortable top 10. I'm going to predict.
Well, you know what they say, slow and steady wins the race. Best of luck out there.
I appreciate it. By no means am I fast at any sort of short track thing. This is most definitely not my forte, so I'm gonna granny drive my way to let's go top 5. How about that?
I think that'd be a great outcome considering what all's happened so far. So go shoot for it. Go shoot for it. Go get it.
Let's go.
That was Wes Gallo driving 07. He is P11, and he's certainly on one right now, and I think he's pretty motivated to get a good result tonight.
Tell you what, I know who I need as a hype man.
Tell me, I'd like for Wes Gallo to be in my bedroom and yell in my ear in the morning to get me hyped up for the day.
Well, I meant you as the hype man, but field is lining up double file. And we are going to have...
Oh, Josh. The green-white checker.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Wow. The caution is not scheduled in 2 laps. But you know what that means, Josh.
I think we're going to have a caution in 2 laps.
Maybe sooner, judging off what we saw in the last restart.
I think the guy on this restart you want to keep an eye on here is Mr. Ollie Reeves. We've been keeping track of him as he's been moving his way through the field ever since he's gotten his big damage fixed. So I think it's going to be curious to see what he can do here in these 2 laps, and if he could possibly challenge Eric Heater, who's been basically the class of the field so far tonight.
Here we go. Green flag back in the air, outside line did not get going. They stacked up big time. Ollie Reeves blinked. Michael Walls come out of nowhere.
Yeah, where the heck did Michael Walls come from? The Mississippi Missiles, JP used to say, as Eric Heater is kind of driving away as they're side by side for second here down the back. 3 wide even behind.
Big Bob was there off of turn 2 for Rivera's, maybe a little bit for Michael Wars as well. Allowed Reeves to take that opportunity, but
As we got a spin in the back.
They were 3 wide for third when that was happening with Andretti Robinson up top, but you mentioned spin out back. We are not going to get back to the stage finish here. 17 of Declan George caught around the entrance to turn 3, guys. Ooh. Slide in there a little bit, Mikey and Josh, and finish it off a little bit. Oh, separate incident there.
Yeah, I
You
actually
just showed me Mikey Wyatt Roberts.
I actually didn't even realize Declan George went around until you said that. I knew of Wyatt Roberts.
Okay, well, no.
Yeah, looked like Declan George just got a little loose on entry there, and just, I guess, he was already going to go around, and Brad Sawinski just kind of got into the back of him a little bit there, and just kind of really got him fully sideways there. And the wreck was on from there, I guess.
Yeah, he was definitely going to go around with how askew that thing was at that part in the corner. Poor Sean Cassane, who was pretty much at the start of this race with all the incidences. He keeps getting caught up in these. There, again, a little bit of front-end damage might be fine, but he has Wyatt Roberts spinning in his mirror, and then pow with the 17 right into him.
Yeah, poor Sean. He did not need that because he's one lap down right now, and if he missed that wreck, he could have most likely have gotten the lucky dog, and he would have been right back on the lead lap. But being in the incident, it cost him the lucky dog, and now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer got instead. Now he's one lap down.
Oh, we just heard it on the radio there. Ollie Reeves still has wheel damage.
That's still mightily impressive for how he's had to drive all the way from the back of the field to the front, even with this wheel damage. It's still pretty incredible of a drive from Reeves so far.
Well, I mean, right now the wheel is still
And perfect.
Saw a few pit stops here. Looks like mainly damaged cars getting some repairs.
Eric Heater, I do believe, is going to be the stage winner. He come down pit road. First one in, first one out. He's going to line up P6 here, or at least choose 6th. Everybody in front of him stayed out, but they are on 12 or less lap tires. So everybody pretty much on the same cycle here.
Eric Heater's going to have his work cut out for him to get back to the front here when we go back green here. The man that's basically kind of run away with this thing a little bit as we're choosing.
Alonso and Huff take the outside.
As Heater, he takes the inside. We'll be starting 5th here.
The 277s take bottom. Cody Webster, the real 77. And I think, yeah, that's Ethan Harrison in 69. Officially,
Ethan, another one of these new names to JCTV, competed last night in the Cessna Cup Series XASCAR race. Involved in quite a bit of the many incidences last night. Doing a lot better job, luckily, tonight for that, not 77, that number 69 like you mentioned.
we're going to restart with, well, 77 laps to go. Green flag back out. Oh, Harrison, I think, got the wall a little bit.
Heater's going to dive low here on Harrison going into 3. And Harrison's going to get the run off of here to hold on to 3rd for the time being.
Fielder way up the track behind them. Almost caught the wall and going to lose a ton of positions.
Peter on the outside of Harrison. Here comes Hoff. They're 3 wide.
For just a moment as Heater's going to clear and he's going to go for another one. Oh man.
Oh,
my
Traber!
Traber's in the wall.
Still green.
West
Oh, yeah.
Gallo involved. They're gonna.
Oh, Traber around!
Traber. And
No
there's the
caution
yellow.
there, flies. That was. Oh, Traber's gonna lose his nose again. It looks like. But that was just looked like that was gonna be really bad once those two way up the track. We're gonna have to blend into traffic as the nose finally falls off on the O2 entering turn 1.
It looks like Traber might have had a little bit of help there. This looks like Amir Basco might have gotten into him. That kind of turned him sideways, head on to the inside wall.
Yeah.
And they were nearly 4 wide for a moment while that all was happening back there.
See this? Let's take a look. Yeah, and they were 4 wide. Quickly sorted that out before the caution came out.
Sean Kassane, he's getting his lucky dog, his much needed lucky dog, as he's finally going to be back on the lead lap. And we'll be seeing how he does here after the lap 1 incident, getting all of his damage fixed, as this guy's had a heck of a climb since then.
It's good. Bring in another one of our in-race reporters. Cody Webster, it's boys up the booth. Got a copy?
Yes.
Well, hey, you're currently running 2nd place right now. It's been a lot of cautions, but how's it feeling out there so far for you?
Sketchy. Between drivers just not using their head and just the track in general. It's very on edge, and I don't like this track at all. The fact that I'm running 2nd, obviously with strategy, is kind of surprising. Trying to hold my own, but yeah, it's definitely pretty wild out here. Obviously, you guys can see with all the cautions that we've obviously went through and been through already. So I don't really think that's gonna stop.
What's it going to take for you to try to get that 77 in victory lane tonight?
Keep my car clean, which I failed to do in the past few weeks. Not drive like an idiot, and honestly, just learn what the fast guys are doing. I'm trying to pick up what they're doing, and when they're braking the corner, and trying to you can kind of hear a little bit when they're getting back on throttle and stuff like that. So just trying to pick up on little things to try to make myself better, and just maybe I'll get lucky. I might not be the fastest car, but maybe I'll just get lucky tonight.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Maybe we'll talk to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
Cody Webster, driver the number 77. So this been, it has been a long one. This is our 7th caution, 30 laps of caution, 19. So that means 19 laps have been run under green.
If you told me with those numbers, I'd think we were at Martinsville.
Whoa.
I think Jay Mulder might have just sped down pit road, I believe.
Yeah. I don't think that, Mikey. I know that. He just passed the entire field. He's just gonna lap back that way.
I don't think
whether or not, man.
I don't think I've seen it all, but I guess I might have now, seeing that.
84 at Pedexa. Oh my goodness. Anyway.
See a lot of crazy things in the booth.
Man, we still might not have seen the craziest thing so far in this race.
Probably not. 70 laps to go when we restart here. Field in the hands of Brian Lorenzo. Green flag back out. Heater.
I'll say the biggest.
Heater gets clear of Webster. Go ahead, Mikey.
I was just gonna say, yeah, Heater was the biggest winner from that
spin
restart. And Cody Rivera is sending it 3 wide, and it's gonna take several positions away up front here.
Still no caution flag for the incident.
Yeah, that was
And
Matthew Miles or Larry Miles today. He is now on the access road going into pit road, but what a moment for that 30 machine. And caution is going to fly. And it is Brad Sawinski to turn 2.
White Roberts also involved.
Shaka Tarpley just barely tapping Sawinski, and I think Wyatt Roberts, at least from that angle,
I think he kind of drifted in there.
yeah, maybe just checking up for the accident. I don't think Wyatt Roberts actually got into anything.
Nah. Looks like he just kind of went for a nice little spin. The tires are going to be a little angry, but he's good.
Yeah, we hear a lot about how there is no flat spots in iRacing, so like for Wyatt Roberts, he's not going to have to worry about his tires being flat spotted, which is true, but it does add heat to the tires, and it does really affect the life of the tires. So no, there is not flat spots, but still, when you lock up your tires like that and slide, you're still, you know, really abusing those tires and putting wear and tear on them that you don't want, you know. So Wyatt Roberts going to bring it down pit road. Not sure if he's going to put 4 tires on that thing or maybe just fix the damage on the front of his nose. He is going to put some tires on the 42 machine.
One thing that I heard moments ago was that it was announced, I believe, by Cody Rivera, that if they get a 3rd consecutive caution here when they get green here, we might be seeing a single file restart, possibly, for potentially the rest of the race. And that's just something to keep your eyes on here going forth to this next restart, to see if we do end up with it or not.
Yeah, it's something that we see in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series. Cody Rivera is very strict with that rule. I think it was actually last week we saw single file restarts. I'm pretty positive we had a green white checkered for the stage finish.
Yeah,
last week as well. Yeah,
there were single file restarts implemented last week.
So and if these guys do get going, if the single file restarts work, excuse me, still really getting over being sick last week. They will go back to double file if the single file does work and they get going for a bit.
While we talk about that, we have more important news of the drivers. Mikey, I don't know if you heard that. They're chatting about no context JCTV and the amazing clip I just posted about Jay Motor, that's his name, my bad, of him just going right down pit road. And that's pretty much what the drivers are chatting about right now. No context clips under caution, so.
Always appreciate the shout-outs for No Context JCTV. As an important reminder, everyone watching, don't text and drive, or don't look at your phones while driving, even if it's a simulator.
That's a great way to end up on No Context JCTV.
We do not endorse that. Do not do that.
Yeah.
We do not
No.
condone.
You will get posted, but we don't want to see it.
I have been in unfortunately a lot of No Context JCTV clips.
So what happens when you're the lead?
Yeah. Being the JC of JCTV, kind of get that. But no, it is a lot of fun. And if you have no idea, if you call it Twitter or X, it's on there. That platform ran by Elon Musk. The No Context JCTV. So you can find it on there. And currently the profile picture is of a Joshua tree and some random guy standing in front of it.
Elon Musk totally runs that Twitter account. I agree.
Well, I just meant Twitter in general, not that Twitter account.
I believe we're going green here.
We are going green. Leave me alone, Adam. Words are hard. So Lorenzo gets going and off with a great restart.
He's going to have a challenger on the inside, Brandon Huff, and they're going to continue and stay side by side here. Big shot, Jordan Kuhn's going to try and send it 3 wide behind them for P4.
He thinks better of it in the moments as Harrison has a moment. As Cody Rivera has moved Ethan Harrison, as Harrison's the biggest loser there and loses so much track position.
How about Jordan Kuntz? Issues on lap 1, turn 1 after starting on the pole. Jordan Kuntz now back up to P4.
Yeah, he didn't get that move. He
Wyatt Roberts
up
around.
last lap, but
He's
he
in
got
the grass.
both those positions. We stay green so far. Back rolling.
Something's going on with Michael Walsh. He's on the apron. Oh, and Brad Sawicki hard on the inside wall. He's going to spin. And now, a caution is going to come out.
And the field was all stacked up after that Micah near incident in turn 4. Swinsky cleared him, and then it just went out from underneath him.
So there's Wyatt
Not sure what happened to
Roberts.
Micah. Looks like a tap from Andretti Robinson while we take a couple of looks at a few different things here on the JCTV replay.
Wow.
I didn't see any
Michael
contact
Winfrey.
from that angle, but the angle was pretty bad. Let's see.
I don't think he did. That was close.
I don't think Micah. I think looks like Micah was sideways for basically the whole corner.
Yeah, I think so too, looking at it that angle.
And Brad Sawicki just loses it on the exit of 4. Hits the inside wall, loses his nose, keeps it down low. And that's when the caution came out.
Yeah, it looks like turn 4 tonight's really been the danger corner tonight, and it's shown for how many incidents we've had off of 4.
Cue up Kenny Loggins. Put him in turn 4. So we are now halfway. And Mikey, any update on the single file restart?
Honestly, I have no idea, because I've heard some things that are not good to children's ears, and It's still going on right now, as, yeah, words are being exchanged in a not very positive manner, and Brady Floyd's taking the lucky dog right now, as I think it'd be safe to bet on that we're going single file, but honestly, I'm kind of lost in it.
Gotcha. Well, hey, we got plenty of action coming up on JCTV. I don't have a graphic to show you, which is my fault. But tomorrow night, the DI9 Designs NAOR series is going to visit a track.
Kansas.
Kansas Speedway. Thank you.
I don't cover that league, and I knew that.
You know, we've got 6 nights of racing going on, okay?
I'm teasing you, Josh, okay?
Give me a break.
Take a joke. Take a joke.
Adam, you're always criticizing. No, I'm messing. Saturday night. Oh, go ahead, Mikey.
No, you go.
I was going to say Saturday night. I'm excited for this one. Maybe more than the guy standing right next to me virtually, but Saturday night, the Blazer Sim Racing AmsOil Truck Series visits New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where a certain driver named Michael Kruger is going to make his return.
That is correct. I will be making my return in the AmsOil Truck Series at New Hampshire
Oh!
this Saturday.
What in the world?
Huh?
Was that the Fiedler? Yeah, Fiedler just got spun.
Excuse me?
This race has had it all officially, I think.
Oh my goodness, Wes Gallo!
Well, he said in his interview he was just kind of driving around hitting people under yellow.
He was not lying. Wow.
I don't think that was his intent there. It looks like he was just turning up as Brandon was turning down. That is, I think, very unfortunate timing from that, it looks like.
Oh no. I think also that might have damaged Wes Gallo too on that incident. It looks like he has some right front damage now. He had a clean nose before and now it's damaged.
Well, okay.
This is why I suck at betting sometimes. I would have bet wrong, as we are not going single file. We are going double file.
Yeah, Cody, talking in the race chat, Cody Rios, that is, maybe having to amend the rule a little bit so situations like this could be resolved in future circumstances. Like Josh mentioned earlier, this is a reoccurring rule in the SAAC Coast to Coast Cup Series when we are not able to stretch a green flag run out, and Cody's a little bit upset about the way this race has gone, and a little bit upset that we are not single file restart because we just missed that threshold, I think, guys, on that last incident.
I don't think many people are happy in this race as the pace car's off.
And we're only just past halfway. Green flag back out.
Curious what this battle for second's going to be like this time. Here, this time on the top against the 9. And Jordan Kuntz right behind him. We've seen how aggressive he's been the last couple of restarts.
Huff's fading back. It's Kuntz now to the outside.
Poor Brandon.
Oh!
Oh my goodness. What a save from Jordan Kuntz.
And these are the guys at the front of the field, and no wonder we've seen so many issues off turn 4 all night.
It's been a really, really sketchy quarter all night with how these guys have gotten loose. It looks like Jordan just had his moment there.
I think both corners are really sketchy from watching them come off each end of the speedway, honestly.
Yeah, Huff with a moment there. Getting out force. A little loose.
Gonna allow Kuntz to go to his outside here. As Kuntz hit the fence a little bit, but he's still trucking along and is trying to get by Brandon for P3.
Ooh, great run there.
Yeah, he's gonna be clear.
Eric Heater trying to shape up a battle for the lead. He's been right there this entire restart. With a lot of racing throughout the entire field right now. Oh man, big slide for Blake Walker a little bit further back in the pack. Was about 12th, gonna fly about 15th here, Mikey.
Yeah, Wes Gallo was giving a pump draft down the front stretch, if you could believe it here. And that shot was so big, Blake was sideways and made a heck of a save there back in the field to avoid spinning out.
How about Sean Kassane? 14th right now. Spending most of the race, multiple laps down.
Yeah, he was very lucky not to be involved in that, what just happened there with... Excuse me, we have a battle for the lead, trying to shape up 3 cars underneath each other right now. Heater trying to send it to the bottom of Brian Lorenzo. And here comes Kuntz to the outside. We saw how well it worked for him, passing the 9, gonna have to regroup on the front straightaway here.
Heater driving it into the inside underneath Lorenzo. Lorenzo with great exit. Kuntz pulls to the inside of Heater.
Every time Jordan Kuntz shows up, he shows how aggressive he is, how hungry he is for race wins. And tonight is a great example of that. He will just literally put the car where they are not. As soon as he saw an opening there, he took it to the bottom of the Heater. I don't think it's going to work for him. Going to be pinched down on the bottom, but he's going to try and force it here in turns 1 and 2. And a great run. Going to be a battle down the back straightaway though.
Yeah, Jordan Kuntz was muscling his way through 1 and 2 and got a great run, but he just couldn't quite get clear as he's still side by side with Eric Heater through 3 and 4 right now. As Ryder Alonso has kind of checked out a little bit from these guys, seeing this battle for second.
And they are clear. Heater edges ahead of Kuntz. We just had one driver go to the inside wall, that being Brandon Fiedler. And I do want to apologize for having the replay screen still up there. So you've got the top 7 drivers all under a blanket here, and Webster. Was it? No, I'm sorry. That was Ethan Harrison.
As we have a bit of a fight for the lead here between Heater and Lorenzo. As Heater's gonna dive bomb turn 1 and is gonna try to slide and get by Lorenzo as here comes Kuntz for second as Lorenzo is the biggest loser.
The whole field is going to try and heat up this one car now. As soon as they got an opening, the 9 to the inside, and here comes Cody Rivera as Ali Reeves trying to send it now.
Yeah, Lorenzo, he just got dive bombed as Kuntz trying to get a run, could not get it there. He's going to stay tucked in line behind Heater.
Both those guys are sideways coming off turn 4.
Meanwhile, on the back, Lorenzo's trying to hold on to P3 from Brandon Houff here. As Houff's going to send it in here into turn 3. Well, these two and the top two are going to duke it out here for the lead. As Kuntz is going to try to look inside and tuck back in.
Man, how still side by side with Alonso. I think he might be able to clear him here. Finally, that was a side by side position forever, it seemed like, and dragged all that time in between the 27 and the 9 because of it.
And with how the Nextions drive, really, especially here at this track, everyone from 3rd to 7th here in this pack, they've really lost a little bit of ground to the top two, as before that they were kind of nose to tail, and now Half is kind of running down these guys in 1st and 2nd here, as he had a little bit of a bobble off to his Kuntz in the fence.
He got the wall pretty good there. So moments ago, I was calling something with Ethan Harrison. He got loose, went through the grass, and I think towed immediately to pit road. And so I was trying to show a replay of that while there was a big battle going for the lead. So we missed the replay, and we also missed the battle, or the pass for the lead by Heater. But been watching Kuntz work on Heater ever since then. And Ethan, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I was just gonna finish up to what you were about to say. I think Ethan Harrison has disconnected from the session since then, so it's gonna be a rough finish for that number 69.
Kuntz was to the inside of Heater. Just not able to do anything with it, but yeah. Harrison was doing really good, too.
This looks like he got a run off of Ford. He's going to try to set sail into 1 and see what happens here. As he kind of overdrives a tad bit on Heaters. They're going to be side by side here for the lead.
Caution!
Oh no! Just as we got the battle for the lead shaking up, it's going to be curious who's going to be scored the leader here, as they were side by side when that happened, but
I believe it's Kuntz.
find the JCTV replay to see what happened. May have been Brandon Fielder in turn 3. Not sure if this would have brought out the yellow though. Oh.
And from looking at his car right now, he has a meatball, and I wonder, that's really a bizarre yellow if that's the case, for that being the caution, because he was well off track and kind of out of harm's way. It's a bit of an odd yellow, really.
Since they have to use the access road, I wonder if that is what...
That would be my only guess. And then with Wyatt Roberts right there, in the background, coming up, that's my only guess as to why that caution would have come out there.
A really weird yellow to come out. I mean, that was probably the longest green flag run we've had all race long, and I'm pretty sure everybody is coming down pit road.
Almost everybody. We have 3 drivers that stayed out. Make that 1 driver that stayed out. The other 2 were lap down cars. The only driver to stay out here is driver the 47 Ford Dodge Mustang Challenger, Brett Bennett.
I'm sure he has an interesting strategy that he's cooking here for what he's going to be doing, as Jordan Kuntz wins the race off of pit road over Eric Heater. We see several other guys sitting down pit road, like Wes Gallo, our in-race reporter, getting his damage fix from that incident he had under yellow with, I believe, Brandon Fielder, if I remember correctly. And we got Wyatt Roberts also with Brad Sawinski also parked down pit road getting damage fixed. As Brett is still out there on the track. He did not pit. Well, at least from looking at it, he pit around lap 61 or 2. And we had about a 17 lap run. So I'm curious to see what Brett's strategy is going to be here, because I believe this puts almost everyone here good on fuel, but Brett might be just barely to the good, but he's going to be at a big tire disadvantage here. He wants to be banking on a flurry of yellows here for strategy here. He's been kind of pinned in the back most of the race, really, barring incidents and whatnot, so wonder if he's really trying to roll the dice here with strategy and just bank on there being a bunch of yellows within 40 to go here.
A really big dice roll, because he is gonna get really raced hard here with the way we have seen these guys be aggressive up at the front of the field, and I don't expect that to change at all as we get closer and closer to the finish now within the final 40 laps, and with a car on a different strategy up there in the mix, really going to throw things for a loop, I think.
So we just had a spin under yellow. Nobody else involved except just Wyatt Roberts. I'm not exactly sure what was happening there, but Wyatt Roberts now caught up with the field. The drivers are choosing here. Brett Bennett takes the outside, Jordan Kuntz inside. That'll make up row 1.
To comment earlier on what you were talking about for the spin from Wyatt Roberts, it looked like he tried to get onto the access road pretty hot, and he just kind of lost it and just kind of spun it through the grass, similar to the yellow that came out when Brandon Fielder lost it.
Yeah, Wyatt was way too hot there on the access road, and like you mentioned, dipped the right side tires off in the grass, and that just sent him around.
So we're going to race to 37 laps to go. Go ahead, Mikey.
No, you good.
No, that was it.
Oh, I was just going to comment that I think that Jordan Kuntz is going to be the guy that's going to try to take advantage here on this restart with Brett starting on old tires here. He's going to get aggressive to clear him here.
Oh, he didn't get going.
He doesn't go.
He missed a shift or something, because he completely dropped to the complete bottom.
They're 4 wide. And Amir Bascom is going to go around.
This is going to play in Brett Bennett's plan. As 3 cars piled up in turn 1, they all get going. Wes Gallows, one of them, Larry Miles. He continues, also collected, trying to get some laps, so he isn't tonight's last car. Let's take a look at the JCTV replay here, Josh, and a lot happening here on this restart. Started right at the front of the field immediately.
You know, the iRacing AI spotter will not tell you that you are 4 wide. He'll tell you you're 3. And this track, still sketchy to go 3 wide, but right there on the restart, everybody trying to get positions. Luke Mahone way down at the bottom, and just calamity.
Yeah, like we said, all started with Jordan Kuntz not making that restart, and looked like Sean Cassane might have had a little bit of contact going into that corner with him, and collecting Amir Bascom is what looks like triggered this incident, guys.
And the biggest loser from the restart, outside of course, Jordan Kuntz having an issue, are those guys that pick the top, like Lorenzo and Webster and Shockey. Yeah, Shockey. Remember him earlier with his nose crumpled? Yeah, he was a bit of a benefitter from this, because a lot of the bottom really got stalled on that restart, and he was one of those few guys that kind of benefited from the bottom really just not going at all from the missed shift as one car, I believe Brandon Fielder just knocked the wall down trying to be the lucky dog. It's been one of those races to say the least. It's been one of those. Brennan Houff is coming down pit road. He will relinquish 5th place away. He was the first car that was starting right behind Jordan Kuntz, and maybe he might be repairing some potential nose damage here or something of sorts, maybe.
Hey, look, it's the guys up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, there's a lot we can talk about so far in this race.
Yeah.
This last restart, let's just start there as we get ready for the next one. What did you see? What was your take on that bold move going into turn 1? It looked pretty awesome from our advantage.
My fight or flight, like, activated as soon as I saw, like, nobody move. Like, nobody moved on the inside line, and then I saw Jordan Kuntz go, like, all the way to the wall, and I was like, I'm not slowing down and losing all these spots. So I just, I said, thug it out. I thugged it out. But yeah, I was a little worried I was gonna get like too much speed and just wash up the track going into turn 1, or somebody was gonna do that and hit me. But luckily I didn't, and I barely escaped that wreck.
Overall, how has the night gone for that number 5? Like we mentioned at the start of this, a lot has gone on. You've been involved in a few things yourself, but getting down to the nitty-gritty, what are you thinking with this all transpiring tonight?
It kind of reminds me like Darlington and Martinsville, like just combined with the egg-shaped and that like how flat the track is. So it's kind of just like survival. Crap, sorry. I just chose. Yeah, it's just survival, and I know I have speed, like that top 7 pack, during that long green flag run we just had. I feel like I could keep up with them and maybe compete in it if I can play my cards right and avoid all the accidents. I don't know why I chose the outside. Sorry.
Sorry about that. Hopefully you can get a good long green flag run here and compete for, and maybe we'll be talking to you at the end.
Yeah, I hope so. Oh my gosh. See ya.
Alright, yeah, good luck, Luke. It was Luke Mahone, driver of the number 5.
Gonna be interesting to see what he can do. Try to get up to the front. 32 laps to do it. It's Brett Bennett gonna lead us back to the green once again. Ron Lorenzo to his inside after Bennett chose the outside. Green flag waving. We're back on our way.
Brett got a good jump there as Heater also looked like he got a good jump as he's going to clear Lorenzo off of 2.
Over the back, Jordan Kuntz made an aggressive move on the restart, went 3 wide and kind of got shoved up by Brady Floyd, trying to make back up those spots he lost on that restart. As Cody Rivera's big sended to turn 3 on the bottom, not going to be able to make it stick.
There's jockeying all over the place.
A little bit of contact. Look what I'm gonna go around.
Oh no!
No!
Oh man!
Oh, Brandon Fielder! Oh no! Oh
He hit to the
no!
tires.
Oh no! And that's gonna be a meatball for Brandon Fielder, I'm afraid. And well, Josh, you've been asking for it. Cody Rivera has changed restarts to single file. Yep, as the word has officially just come down about the single file.
Yeah, that was a big hit for putting fuel into those tires. Nowhere really to go, pretty much. Had the main crash avoided, but track all blocked, had to go somewhere, but all started off at turn 4, really. They checked up and ping-pong, I should say, down the front straightaway for Luke Mahone.
So, 29 to go. Brett Bennett, still your race leader.
Gotta wonder if these streaks of yellows, they've had to have kind of followed into his hand for what he was banking on by staying out on at least 16 to 17 plus older tires than the rest of the field. Gotta wonder if this is what he was wishing for.
It's good. I'll show you guys real quick what we're looking at for tires. So laps since last pit, if you look over on the ticker, Brett Bennett was 31 laps ago. Heater, Lorenzo, Tarpley, Rivera's, Webster, Reeves, Kuntz, Jurgensmeyer, Walker. I mean, everybody in the 2nd through 14th, 11 laps ago. Bascombe 6, Burns 11, Gallo 6. So I mean, just a lot of different strategies here. But Brett Bennett, 20 laps on his tires, 20 laps more on his tires than Heater, I should say. But, again, we have been under caution a lot. So Brett Bennett, despite the fact that it is 20 laps of a difference, the green flag hard laps, I think, are not all that different. And plus, we saw Eric Heater doing a really good job holding off the field in the first 40 laps. To win the stage, Eric Heater did not come down pit road at all to put fresh tires on his number 99 machine. So, honestly, I think Brett Bennett is okay with what he's doing right now. I don't think that he should be worried or I don't think there's anything to worry about here with Bennett out there on older tires than everybody else. If Brett can hold him off, he has a really good shot to win this race right now.
Well, we gotta think about this coming into the restart here. Single file, how this changes the game. Everyone's opportunity that they had to kind of try to take positions at will on restarts, it's kind of out the window a little bit, as you kind of have to get a little more aggressive to take spots away. As it's going to be interesting to see how everyone kind of reacts accordion to this restart, really.
I think there could be a lot of games played here behind the 47. Eric Heater, we know how aggressive he is. He's going to try something here, I think. He's been one of the most dominant cars all night tonight, despite the damage we, of course, have mentioned all race. And Brian Lorenzo, so fast through the field early. It's going to be interesting to see if they have any games to be played here. And how about Sharky Tarpley up here in this mix after all he's been through tonight, up in P4?
Last time I remember, Shockey went head-on to the wall on lap 1, turn 1, and he's 4th is something that I would not have had on my bingo card after what happened to him, as the pace car is off.
So here we go. First restart, single file. Green flag is out. Heater timed that one well.
Eric here wasted no time trying to send it on Brett, but he could not get clear here.
A little
As
bit of contact there onto the back straightaway, Mikey, as they're going to continue to be side by side here.
if Brett could just keep Peter to his inside and just keep his car on his outside, he might be able to hold off Heater's. Heater's going to take the lead.
Brett really driving it in wide, but now it's Heater that's really wide. Brett Bennett to the inside. Tucks back in the line. .24 to go here at Gateway. Brett Bennett not going away at all from Eric Heater, despite Heater getting a really good restart and passing Bennett early, but we have a caution. It is Declan George.
Big hit into the turn 1 safer barrier here. The middle of 1 and 2. Looks like he's got suspension problems perhaps on that 17. Doesn't look too great on the access road here going back to pit road.
So this is caution number 13. We have had 53 caution laps.
Oh.
Something is going on with Brett Bennett.
Sounds like he communicated with... I missed this conversation apparently, Mikey. He just came to a stop on the back straightaway, but it sounds like he and Cody Rivera's already communicated that he had to pull over and do something there on this pace lap. Gonna retain his second place position after that, though. Oh no, we got the Brett Bennett's diary segment, so we don't really know what's happening. He's got a whole bunch of exposition.
If I were to take a guess, it looked like his computer might have been overheating or something, but I don't know. I'm not in his apartment, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of strange there.
Certainly might not have been the strangest thing we've seen tonight.
These guys coming around. I believe it's going to be 1 to green, so they should have the lights on the pace car go out.
I believe once again they will be lining up single file, as they will not be returned double file for this restart.
Yeah, we had to meet a 12-lap threshold after that last restart, which would have been, I believe Cody said lap 108, it would have been to clear that single file restart, and that looks about right, and we obviously did not get there, so that count is going to reset, and we're getting mightily close to the end of regulation, so that might become a non-factor here.
Here we're going to restart with 19 laps to go in the wheel 150 at Worldwide Technology Raceway in Gateway in Madison, Illinois. Eric Heater, your race leader. Brett Bennett looking for that first win on JCTV B2. Pace car is in. Green flags waving.
Brett Bennett did not get going at all, and it stacked everyone as they're 3 wide for third right behind him.
Rivera's to the inside, Lorenzo has to back out of it. Coons outside of Lorenzo now. That one car, he's going to make it work now. Rivera's trying back inside. Coons is going to get by them both. Here comes Ali Reeves back into the mix, trying to steal top 5.
One guy is spinning in the back, he makes a save.
Rivera's
Trey Robertson.
Rivera's and Lorenzo still side by side. Lorenzo way wide, he's in the wall.
That was way too high going to turn 1. He did a good job not wrecking that car. So we have Roberts going through the grass a little bit, exiting turn 2. No caution.
Jordan Coons is going to make the pass on Brett Bennett. But Coons, P2. Rivera's was trying to take a peek as well.
I think we gotta take a step back for a moment for how impressive it was that Jordan Coons, after missing a shift on the restart from second place, has put himself all the way back up to second after how many laps later exactly?
Mikey, it started from the drop of the green flag tonight. Wasn't he the pole sitter, and he didn't even get to lead the field off of a corner with a destroyed car, and he's got it repaired. It's just been a come from behind type of night for Jordan Coons, but man, that restart was just the tip of his problems tonight, and he is trying to mow down this 99. He looks a little bit faster right now.
In fact, he is faster. Fastest car on track. Set the fastest lap that last time by. Number 16 of Ben McDonald spins to the inside wall. Ton of damage. He's got a couple of broken wheels. We stay green. But that last lap, a 33.205, fastest lap in the entire race, set by Jordan Coons that last time by. Oh, Brett Bennett!
Around. And that's the yellow.
And I believe Brett Bennett immediately alt F4 trying not to bring that caution out, and it did anyway.
Yeah, I don't think Brett's on track anymore, Josh. I don't see him in the pits or anything. I think something might have happened to Brett outside the spin. Looked like he just got loose off of 2. And
sounded like we had another incident as well, and we have 2 other people who just got kicked because of packet loss. And it sounds like a lot of people just aired out.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
actually
goodness.
am noticing right now.
Yeah, a lot of people are just getting disconnected right now.
Amir,
I
Traber, Luke,
Oh, my,
Wyatt,
it's still going.
Micah,
Wow.
Larry,
It's still going.
Cody.
Rivera's.
We only have 8 drivers on the track right now. Brett Bennett was another
Bennett.
one. Brian Lorenzo.
Yeah, I heard someone key up and say iRacing crash. I think it wasn't an Ollie, Mikey, and then everyone just.
Hey, we need scoring of the last completed lap.
Thanks,
okay.
Brett.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. Yep. Wes Gallo, Brady Floyd, Shockey Tarpley, Brady Floyd.
Oh, it sounds like this race is going to get called a couple laps early, guys.
And that's such a shame.
It's going to be interesting to see how we're going to have to score this off of the last completed lap with everyone getting disconnected right when Brett spun out here. But Eric Keeter sitting pretty after a dominant race tonight. It's got to sting for Jordan Kuntz, though, not to get a shot in these last couple laps. Like I mentioned a few moments ago, guys, having a lot of rebounds tonight, and iRacing just falling out from underneath everyone kind of derails his progress on a full rebound.
Adam, if you don't mind, I just saw a message from Cody Rivera's saying for everyone to hop in that voice chat. I'm wondering if you can get a word on what's going on right now. Kind of let us.
Everybody's like, a lot of people in the Calaveras has their entire game has froze, including mine. So Cody is saying from the time, please figure out the timing before what's the guy's name? Brett spun out, and then everybody after that. Bro,
That was the funniest thing ever. I'm sorry.
bro, like we were literally just racing perfectly fine. After
spun
Brett,
106,
spun,
so
and then
105.
Everybody behind him just froze.
He spun lap 106, so 105 would be the last lap then.
Okay, good. Cody, he put in the league vote. He said in the chat. So we're doing a vote right now about if we're gonna call the race, or just restart the session. So yeah. Thank you for your time. Have a nice night.
Thank
Thank you, Shockey.
for. Yeah, he's gone.
This is good.
Well, this race has officially now had it all. I might have called it a little bit early, guys. Chucky mentioned that vote. It's a pretty close vote right now, somehow.
Alright, so right now you guys just have the replay screen going up. I don't know exactly what else to show as I'm trying to figure all this out, but yeah, right now drivers wanting restart the session, I assume with 15 or so to go, 12 to go maybe, whatever it was. I think it's going to be 15.
Sorry to interrupt, but apparently it's been ruled that there's a red flag now at this time. Well, I guess the vote's going on right now as everyone's deciding.
What do you mean everyone? There's like 8 people.
I guess everyone that didn't get kicked, as this has really been a very strange turn of events tonight at Gateway.
I know you were on the replay screen, Josh, but this is certainly a sight seeing the 8 cars left just parked into the entrance of Turn 1 right here. It has definitely been a weird night here.
I'll tell you, I don't think I have ever seen a red flag. This is new.
So speaking of that vote, the vote is restart the session, green check yes, red X no, and right now it's 10-9 on yes against no. What do you guys think about that? I honestly thought we were just going to call it here we were close to the finish, but I mean, it's been a competitive race all night, so a lot of guys still want another shot at this.
I say, gentlemen, that we just let him race. I mean, we've sat through here and we've seen it all tonight, and I just think it's criminal to cut this thing short. I think we should.
Okay,
give all
I'm
the-
here, fellas. I'm sorry to intrude into the booth. I'm gonna explain what we're gonna do here, and I need the help from the guys that are still in this thing. Okay.
Alrighty.
So, we need you guys to go. Someone that's still in the session that can scrub. We need you guys to set the order of the last completed green flag lap, and we're gonna line up that way.
Alright.
Would have been lap 105.
Okay, so if one of you guys can, I don't know if one of you guys can talk in the actual session, but we're gonna get everyone lined up on that lap. So I'm gonna talk into the chat here. Everyone, make sure you get back to lap 110 if you were on the lead lap. We're gonna score it as it was before. So if you guys were laps down and you know your laps down, just stay your laps down. In the event that you were on the lead lap and crashed like half the field or more did, go ahead and get back to lap 110, and then we're gonna have the broadcast guys give us the order. No, if you guys don't want to pit, you don't have to. I was just saying, I'm going to give everyone the opportunity, but everyone that gets the opportunity is still going to get their spots back. Fuck, people can't get in still?
From what I understand, yeah.
Okay, how many people is it? Okay, just... Because here's the thing, right? If they're guys that are not on the lead lap, then I don't want to, I'm not going to wait for them. We'll just slot them in wherever they were. But the broadcast guys are going to help us out with this. We're going to get this thing reset, and then finish this race off. Yeah, that's my plan once this thing ends, is we're going to do that. Okay, so let me... Okay, I'll hop out of the broadcast.
So I am currently getting all this right now. But we're gonna step away just for a moment. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna get this sorted. We welcome you back here from Worldwide Technology Raceway, Gateway, in Madison, Illinois, where there's been chaos and still trying to figure everything out, but drivers are getting lined back up into their positions from the last scored lap. So it's going to be Heater, Kuntz, Bennett, Riveras, Reeves, Webster, Lorenzo, Tarpley, Hoff, Jurgensmeyer, Floyd, Walls, Bascombe, Mahone, Mulder, Walker, Gallo, Robinson, Burns. That's at least the lead lap drivers.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Mikey, but from what it sounded like I heard, if you pit here, and as long as you stay on lead lap, you're not going to get any positions removed. You're going to hold on to your spot.
I kind of don't believe what I just heard, as Eric Heater's going to lead a lot of people down pit road, except for one, Jordan Kuntz, who was running P2, as a lot of other guys are also staying out. This is really dicing things up here.
So iRacing had a major update on Tuesday. They introduced rain. I don't know if this is really effects of that. It very well could be. I've never seen anything like this before. It was a huge update, and there might still be some bugs to work out. Hopefully things get fixed very, very quickly.
As this has surely been one of the more stranger things I've ever seen from really ever on JCTV, as this has just been utterly crazy from start to finish, from lap 1, and I don't think we could have predicted took the turn it has here with this red flag and people getting kicked out of the server and getting back in. I don't think I've seen anything like it here before.
And as you were making that point, we have crossed the 2-hour threshold of this race since the engine's fired, so it's been a long night. It's been a weird one for sure, and it's going to be interesting here. It looks like we're going to be back to double fire restarts throughout this all, though, Mikey, so just another layer of how crazy this restart's going to be once we finally get back racing after, like you mentioned, this red flag and confusing situation here to end this race here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Adam. The fact the double file restarts changing is absolutely huge. I mean, I don't know if it couldn't be, I don't know how you want to put it, but more timely, the fact that it came out at this stage after all that's happened, and we're going to have them with just a handful of laps to go, really. So this is really going to shake things up here with the double file being implemented late in the race here.
Yeah, you mentioned a few laps to go, Mikey, and we keep extending this caution, Josh, because everyone's pitting. Sounds like we're going to be choosing this time, so it's going to be hectic here with, I believe, 7 to go on the restart.
Yeah, it should be 6 to go on the restart as they're coming to 7 to go right now. Here, taking the outside, Kuntz inside, Brett Bennett. He is going to line up outside with Cody Rivera's taking the inside. Kuntz stayed out. So
definitely some.
Yeah, for sure. So it'll be 6 laps to go when we go back green.
And it's going to be really fascinating to watch to see how this one plays out here after the most strangest red flag ever I've ever seen on JCTV, and here we go.
Barney the flag man holding the flag high. Eric Heater inside the restart zone. Green flag backed out. We're underway once again.
Revere is trying to make a move to the bottom. Kuntz defended it. He's going to block Brett Bennett. Clear for second. He's going to be all over Heater for that lead.
Oh, and they touch off the corner, and I believe Heater's gonna get by.
Oh, behind. Ollie Reeves collects Brett Bennett. Brett had a huge moment. We stay green. There's cars everywhere down the back straightaway, including Brett Bennett, who's now on the road course, but drive is still going through 3 and 4.
5 to go. Tarpley in the wall. Oh, there's a spin.
No, Bascombe. That's, and they're in the grass. No yellow. No yellow. Somehow we stay green after 2 incidents happening on back-to-back laps.
Brian Lorenzo to the inside of Webster. Trying to get into 5th.
Brett's gonna wreck his car to get out of the way in front of the leaders here, bottom of the back straightaway. The field is gonna fly right past. A lot of single file here after that crazy restart. Coming to the final laps, Brian Lorenzo trying to make something happen on Cody Webster here.
Lorenzo peeking on Webster. Not gonna make a move.
Man, up front, Mikey and I had a good look at what was about to be a battle for the win, but Jordan Kuntz washes up a little bit through 1 and 2 and didn't get a good
spin in the back.
exit off at 2.
Miles in the grass.
Still green. Gotta keep going straight.
2 to go. Oh, another spin. That is going to bring out a caution. That is Shaki Tarpley.
Big hit. And McDonough huge into the inside wall.
That's a vascular skull fracture if I've ever seen one. Oh my gosh.
And Ben on the radio immediately upset with the 88 Blake Walker, who was involved in that accident with Shaki Tarpley, as Ben continues to wreck. It's going to come to a almost stop here in turn 2. I think Michael Wall's also involved, actually. A lot of cars on the front straightaway.
Yeah, the replay of what happened there.
We have time, Josh. Might also have to go back and look on that restart with Brett, as Micah just got hit from a lot of people there on the front straightaway.
Alright, so let's take a look at what happened to Brett here. 3 wide.
He had a bad corner off of 2, Josh.
Yeah, contact with Ollie Reeves. It's down into that road course section you talked about. Let's try and turn it around.
Luke Mahone also got caught up in that. And then turn 2 the next lap, New Bascombe and Jiggensmeyer just got hooked together and go spinning off to the infield together.
we're going to have it green-white checkered when we restart.
And this restart here, it's going to give Jordan Kuntz an opportunity here to pounce on Eric Heater here, as they're coming to the choose this time by to settle what could potentially be the one and only green white checkered if we do not get another caution and they don't make it back.
Choosing here. Heater takes the outside. Kuntz inside. Rivera's will join Heater on that outside with Hoff coming to the inside.
I don't think it's a shocker at all that Jordan picked the bottom there. He's usually been going with it for restarts against Heater here most of this race, and I'm thinking it's all going to come down to see how Jordan's going to approach turn 1 and 2, see if he can hang on and keep a hold of Heater. If Heater gets clear, I think Heater's going to pull away here, and I don't think anyone's going to get to him. It just all depends on how good of a restart that Jordan Kuntz will get here.
So the pace car is going to make its way to the safety of pit road as these guys are going to be turned loose one more time. Inside the restart zone, green flag back out. Heater wasted no time getting going.
Heater got the restart he was looking for. Is there nearly 3 for second?
Hoff had to back out of that, but Kuntz might get a good run here off of 2 and 2. He's gonna take it. Oh, Hoff's gonna spin in front of the field. Caution's gonna fly again, guys. So we have more carnage at the back. Cody Webster caught up. Interesting comment there, Mikey. He said he downshift instead of upshifting there coming off the corner.
Yeah, I mean, really odd. I mean, I can't imagine that these guys got to be really kind of tired, really, of just of how this race has gone right now, and it's been anything but dull, to say the least. It's certainly had a lot of moments, and yeah, I think these guys are all collectively just tired and just ready to get the heck out of here. But we got potentially 1 to 2 restarts in us here, and we're just gonna see how things shake it out. And yeah, I don't know. We may not be done wrecking potentially, but
yeah,
who knows?
With the way this thing has gone tonight, this is least of my surprises, I guess, that we have gone into the second green white checker here tonight. So definitely a long one, like you said, and man, I think it's going to be exciting again on this restart if Heater's going to be able to do what he did last time, like you mentioned, and have great restart, and see if Kuntz is going to have a challenge or if he's going to be able to duke out that 99 for the victory.
Yeah, totally. I think Heater caught all of them sleeping there on that restart, as he was clear by at least 2 car lengths on that restart. Of course, Kuntz and Rivera's kind of closed a little bit on entry and through 1 and 2, but Heater really got that monster jump that really put him out ahead of everyone. As no, I thought they were choosing for a moment. As I think this gives Jordan a big chance here to try to make up for his little mistake there, as he didn't really get going as good as Heater, and this gives him an opportunity to try to jump on Heater on that restart.
No.
Well, here comes for the choose, as we're going to see here what Eric Heater will pick, as he picks the... Nope, he's going to pick the top, as he always has, as Jordan is going to pick the bottom, with Rivera's top and Lorenzo picking bottom, as it's just going to be split from there.
Yeah, I think Brian Lorenzo is going to be really, really aggressive here, going to 2-1, seeing if he can do what Cody Rivera's thought about last time on the restart, but we know Kuntz is going to be prepared for something like that because he defended it great last time. But how about Ollie Reeves? We mentioned it. Since the start, lap 1, he was one of those guys with a front torn off and nothing but rebounds and involved in one of these incidents since we got going after that red flag. So he's back in the mix. Trying to have another great finish after the win last week.
For sure, as the pace car rolls down pit road, leaving the hands to the field to Eric Heater.
And green flag back out. Kuntz with a great restart. He timed that well.
He got the restart he needed here, as he's going to shove him up and clear him, as he's going to
cross him over. He couldn't get there. Jordan Kuntz trying to defend all over the back straightaway.
Heater sends it, getting to his bumper, moves both of them up the track, as here comes Rivera's on the outside. He's not going to get to Heater, as they come to the white flag.
White flag waving, 1 lap to go here at Gateway. Heater's looking, he slides!
Oh, wow. That might be all she wrote.
They're 3 wide behind.
Jordan Kuntz is going to be trying to drive away into the long sunset.
How in the world? Jordan Kuntz off of turn 4. How in the world did Jordan Kuntz win this race?
Crash as they come across the finish line. The 51 spins, they'll continue to wreck into 2-1. But absolutely, Josh, what a race from turn 1, lap 1 for the 27 to, what did we run, 131 when it was all said and done laps later, a night for that 27.
Quite literally, he spun and won this race. Truly a remarkable drive from Jordan Kuntz is here in this one.
You better make this celebration quick. We are running out of time in the session. through all of this, we only have 6 minutes left in the 2-hour and 25-minute time allotment here tonight, guys. Unbelievable.
This race certainly was a sight to behold, from lap 1, turn 1, all the way to the last restart. I don't know who the script writers were for JCTV for this race, but they sure did make something out of this one. And I guess in the script they had Jordan Kuntz spin out in turn 1 on lap 1 to being the winner after 2 green-white checkers.
Let's go take a look at our unofficial race results. So finishing first is going to be Jordan Kuntz, Cody Rivera second, Eric Keeter third, Brian Lorenzo fourth, Ollie Reeves fifth, Andretti Robinson sixth, Luke Mahone seventh, Trevor Burns eighth, Brandon Hoff ninth, and Cody Webster finishes in 10th.
We've got Michael Walls finishing 11th tonight with Wyatt Roberts 12th, Emil Bascombe through it all 13th, Chucky Tarpley 14th, Jay Moto 15th. Jay Moto was the last one of our lead lap finishers there at the end. Declan George 16th, Blake Walker 17th, Ben McDonald, who we saw involved in that crash, late 18th, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer 19th, and Brett Bennett did not finish tonight. Throughout that all, he is scored 20th unofficially.
Rounding out the rest of the field, we got Brady Floyd 21st, Wes Gallo 22nd, Brad Sawinski 23rd, Sean Kassane 24th, Brandon Fielder 25th, Larry Miles 26th, and rounding out last and 27th, Ethan Harrison.
Let's go ahead and do our interviews. And I do not see.
I'm not thinking we're gonna get a word in with him tonight, and I wouldn't blame him, to be honest.
Probably not.
Unfortunately.
With how his race went and then how it ended there.
Cody Rivera's, we might be able to get a word with him. All right. So Adam, go ahead and talk to our second place finisher tonight.
Yeah, hey Cody, you got a copy?
I've got you loud and clear.
Well, I don't really know how to describe that race tonight, but you got through that last restart really, really promising, trying to make something happen with Jordan and trying to get to that battle in front of you. What were you thinking on that last 2 laps with all those dive bombs in front of you?
Well, I going into 3, coming to the white flag, they both ran each other up the track. I kind of figured I would try to go high and set up a run in case they did something stupid into 1. And I think Eric and I actually made a little bit of contact, right front to, or left front to right rear, going through 4 there, after they ran each other high. And then going into 1, same thing. I don't know who it was, but one of them ran the other up the track, and I was there to kind of pick up second place. I was hoping they would wreck each other, but it just wasn't in the cards. I'm just glad to get out of there with a second place. And I mean, given the circumstances of the race, I was in that first lap wreck. I had 3 minutes of damage. We had this whole crash situation. Red flag, how about that? Never seen that one before in iRacing. So yeah, that's about how that went.
Yeah, you mentioned it there about the red flag and the lap 1 crash. What was the mentality rest of the race after getting that 3 minutes of repairs and thinking you might be down an hour or at least wounded for the majority of the race, and then it just keeps devolving into kind of what we saw there tonight?
Well, I knew I had the speed, and we had like one kind of long green flag run where 5 or 6 of us kind of checked out on the field. and had some really good pace compared to everyone else. But I mean, by the time we got to that little bit at the end there, right before the crash, we had a nice single file restart. We had a nice long run, probably 12 or so laps. It felt long. I don't know. It could have been 4 laps with how short some of these runs were. But yeah, no, we were going good. The crash happened, and I'll tell you, everyone's mentality, it's World War III in the VCs, in the general chat, and all in the race chat, because someone's always going to get the short end of the stick. You know, I gave everyone 3 minutes to decide whether or not they wanted to restart the session. Lead lap cars were the only people whose votes counted. At 3 minutes, we were in favor to restart the race, and at 4 minutes, we were no longer in favor to restart the race. So we just had to stick to it. I just want to thank everybody. I'm probably getting ahead of myself a little bit here. I do want to thank everyone that stuck around, stuck with it, and just kind of persevered and stuck with it all the way to the end. It was, you know, not everyone's cup of tea. Some people got off better, some people got off worse, but at the end of the day, we're playing a video game and we're trying to have some fun on a Thursday night on JCTV.
Well, like you said, you got a few things out there. Any other sponsor shout-outs or appreciations you want to give tonight for a runner-up finish here at Gateway?
You know, just shout out to Calaveras and Court, my 2 teams. Did a lot of practice, and I say a lot. We did 2 practice sessions. It's 2 more than we usually do. Got some good laps in, and it definitely helped out on those long runs and with passing some guys when we actually had the opportunity to. You know, everyone kind of sharing notes and giving each other little tips, little tricks there to kind of be faster. And of course, the boys in SAAC, JCTV, for putting on fantastic broadcasts every week. And other than that, man, go ahead and talk to our race winner.
All right, thanks for your time, Cody. Good luck next week at COTA.
Thanks, Adam. See you there.
Was our second place finisher, Cody Rivera's in the number 36. Let's head to victory lane and hear from the number 27 driver.
I am down here in victory lane with our race winner, Jordan Koontz. Jordan, you had what many would describe a crazy drive all race, and it all set the tone from lap 1. How did you not give up and quit from then on to go on to win? How did you do it?
This race did everything in its power to try to prevent me from winning, but whenever I got wrecked and all of the instances I had throughout the race, there was one mindset that I had, and that I could win the race no matter what happened. I knew that I could get the damage fixed, just get the car going at a decent speed, knew that a lot of the fast people had damage as well. So at least I could keep up with them, and being back in the field actually helped out a lot. I learned the lines, learned how to pass, learned how to defend, and learn which lines work and which lines don't. And that really helped toward the end of the race. And toward the end of the race, every restart, even whenever Eric was getting a better restart than me, I knew where he was going and just to time it on the last restart and did that. But more importantly, before every restart in the last 10 laps, I had the mindset that I was going to win and that nothing would stop me. From this race, doing everything with this, whenever I missed a shift and it wouldn't shift into second from what was going to be the lead, and it tried everything, but I said I was going to win no matter what happened, and I did.
So tell us a little bit about about the restart at the end, how you were able to keep it even with Eric. How were you able to time it so well to keep it even with them going into turn 1 and kind of stick with them and then just kind of take control of the race there at the end?
So in the previous 3 restarts leading up to the final one, I knew he was using first gear and I was using second. I didn't want to have another big mistake like I had whenever it wouldn't shift that one time. But the one thing that I did learn was that he went at the same point at every time in the restart zone. And so in the last restart, I just put it in first and went whenever he normally did, and yeah, that was just enough. I knew I had the better tires, even though he had fresher tires, less laps, less mileage. I knew that my tires were better, more heated, and had more grip, so I just sent it in there and it stuck.
Well, Jordan, do you have anyone to shout out? Any sponsors? Anyone? Who do you got to thank for your win tonight?
I would like to shout out everyone who's make this possible. Of course, definitely wasn't the easiest race for the admin side of things and the owner, but it all worked out in the end, and I would hope everyone had a good time while it was green flag and not caution. I'd also like to shout out to everyone in my family who is watching this and stayed up to watch this. It's quite late, so nice to always know that there will be people watching you no matter what I race and what I do.
That is tonight's winner of the Wheel 150, Jordan Kuntz. Thank you, Jordan. Enjoy your win.
Thank you.
So after a long night and a long race, we congratulate Jordan Kuntz on the race win here at Gateway for the Wheel 150. Plenty of action still coming up on JCTV tomorrow night. DI9 Designs NAOR Series continues their season with another race, and of course, Saturday night we're here as well, where Michael Kruger will be returning to be in the race. I'm really looking forward to that one and seeing what he can do in his number 41 machine. And then still plenty of action next week, all week long, Monday through Saturday. You're not going to want to miss it. 1 week from tonight, it is COTA Circuit of the Americas. Looking forward to that one. These guys are phenomenal on road courses, always putting on a great show. You are not going to want to miss that one. Thanks to everyone, drivers, fans, and admins for making this happen, as always. And on behalf of Michael Kruger, Adam Kuhn, and the entire outstanding crew at JCTV, I'm Joshua Copperl signing off, saying so long, and we will see you next time.
The wheel